What's up, everyone? All right, well, we had a few opportunities today. It didn't seem like there was as much momentum as we had yesterday, but there was still some momentum, and I'm finishing the day in the green, which is great. And you know what's funny is at this point right now, I don't even I was just trying to think, what did I make yesterday? I don't even remember. It's like so quickly water under the bridge, and I think that that's really good to be able to detach yourself from the gains and losses. When you start really kind of fixating on, you know, how much you're up or down, you can get yourself off center and focusing on the wrong thing, because what you really want to focus on is just sitting down and trading the charts that are right in front of you and doing the best you can, and at the end of the day letting it just be what it is. It's done, it's another day, and come back again and do it tomorrow. So today we got some good opportunities. SIDU DTSS. We also had some momentum on TBLT, TRHC, and there were a couple others that I mentioned. And we also, during this recap, I'll talk a little bit about the S&P 500, which is right now into a gap on the daily chart that has room up to 401.44 approximately, and then above that there's a window up to 411. So we're getting into some nice areas on the S&P 500. We're 10% off the lows, which is good, and we'll see if that is a rising tide that kind of lifts small caps up with it. Now, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna host a special class live on YouTube. So make sure you tune in for that. And the topic will be on scalping breaking news. So this is a strategy that's been working fairly well for me over the last, well, sort of during the bear market, where I'm looking and waiting for breaking news. And then as soon as it drops, I'm trying to jump in for that quick trade. And so we're gonna talk about that during the mini class tomorrow, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you tune in for that. But as always, I'll be here for the morning show tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. So I'll see you there first. And I hope you guys enjoy the recap. And if you do, we'd love for you to hit the thumbs up. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. Everyone, so we're going to do our recap of trades from today. So at this point, it's a little bit past noon time, and I've locked it up, and I'm going to be done for the day, sitting at $1,945.65 in my retirement, plus an extra $200 in my main account. So just over $2,000 on the day. Not quite to the daily goal, but a green day nonetheless. So the two trades today the two stocks I trade were DTSS and SIDU. And what I'm going to do is, these two were both examples of trading breaking news. And so tomorrow at noontime, I'm going to do a YouTube live on day trading breaking news, specifically scalp trading breaking news, taking that quick breakout trade as the news is released. And so tune in for that tomorrow. But in the meantime, so DTSS, this was the first one this morning. And you know, it was a little tricky. It first pops up here up to a high of 224. And I jumped in the middle of this candle at about 216 or 215. It dips down here to 213. It pops up to 239. I took a little bit of profit. Then it drops all the way down to 206. And then it comes all the way back up here. And I took a trade on the break through the high here of just under 39. We hit a high of 45. We weren't able to break that level. And then we started to pull back. We ended up coming back down below the volume weighted average price. And I saw some traders take a trade here. I didn't. I just was waiting for it to retest and hold VWAP, but on the retest, it broke below VWAP. It then tried to get back above it here, and I saw other people saying they were going to go long here, and I thought, no. See, it already tried to get above, and it failed. Now it's trying to get above again here, but we have to let it prove that it can hold this level. Otherwise, it's not trustworthy, and it couldn't, and it sold off again. So my only trades on it were right in here on this candle, and right in here on this candle. Actually, I might have had a trade. I think I had a quick trade in this area as well. So basically trading kind of in these little waves to the upside. But you know, overall, not a huge winner. The news that came out on it, You know, it's ultrasonic sound sterilization and antivirus equipment confirmed by leading lab achieved a 99.83 percent, and this is against COVID. So the problem here is I was like, ooh, 99%, that's good. 9 seconds, okay, but COVID-19. I feel like that's not really a super strong catalyst. Also announces test results from the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just call me skeptical. So anyways, I was like, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to trade it with big size. And I only made $400 on it. Okay, so that was DTSS. Wasn't too sure about it. Made a little, whatever. SIDU was the second one. And on this one, I hesitated, and that hesitation cost me a decent amount. So it immediately pops up here pre-market. Of course, you might recall we've had some opportunities on it the last couple days. This morning, it pops up here real quick, first from 4 to 429. I pulled up the level 2. I saw it at 429 on the ask and 430, and I was like, okay, it just popped up 30 cents. We know that this one, was in play a couple days ago, but is there news? And while I waited to figure out whether or not there was news, it broke and went up to 42. And then I got in for the break of $0.50 at 450 right here. So I jumped in on the break of the $0.50 and rode the momentum up here to a high of 475, which it was unable to break. Really strong resistance there. Dip down, pops back up, it tries it again, dips down, pops back up, tries it again. It's not able to break through that level, as you see pre-market, until finally at the open, surging up here on a nice red to green, but not before having a kind of nasty flush right here. A sell-off and then sort of a bear trap reversal back up, then pull back, move higher, another sharper dip, reversal back up, natural fine dip here, and a pop up to 5, which ended up being a false break. You'll notice at 5, it got above 5, but it could not close above 5. And so I said, okay, well, I'm watching this. If it can hold above 5, I'm a buyer at 505, 506 for the break and squeeze up to 515, 520, but it could not hold 5. The bid couldn't hold 5. It popped up and then immediately was back below 5, and it couldn't get it back above it. So I traded this. I jumped in my main account, and I hit my 10,000 share max position in my main account, or in my retirement account, sorry. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold that, and I'm gonna switch to my my main account and see if I can just actively trade on this side up towards 5. And so I was for a moment in with both accounts, but then it just stalled out at 75. So I ended up selling here for $200 and taking profit, which meant I only made 15 cents on average from 550 up to about 450 up to about 465. I was up an additional $200-300 and gave a little bit back on that false breakout right there, where it looked like it was going to go through 75 and then flushed back down. So those were the two that I traded today. Again, I'll cover breaking news and scalping breaking news in more detail tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern. So make sure you guys tune in to YouTube for that. There were some other stocks that moved today. We had MOND, recent, it looked like a special acquisition company, did a merger, pops up, drops down. Was sort of interested because of the move we had yesterday on PGY, but it didn't end up holding. PGY today didn't really give any continuation. It's holding up better than I thought, but it's not giving continuation. We had, let's see, TBLT. I watched it, hesitated on it, no trades, ended up moving a bit more than I thought, but then holy smokes, what a rejection up here. Look at that candle, 2 million shares of volume, bull trap. It goes to the high and then slams back down to VWAP, really nasty. So that was pretty gross. SMIT hitting the scanner right now, very light volume. Nothing really going on there. TRHC, TRHC, this is one that some traders were watching, had a nice steady kind of grinding higher move from 3 all the way up to 460. Not parabolic, nothing like straight up, but certainly moving nicely. no trades on that for me. ONEM was a buyout by Amazon, so that's trading at 1720. ADXN ended up actually doing a pretty nice gap and go. Didn't trade it, a little too cheap, and so missed some opportunity on that, but it's no big deal. So still trading pretty conservatively right now. You know, not, and I'm okay with that. You know, I can't help a little bit compare myself to, you know, how I was trading in a hot market, you know, 6 months ago or certainly a year ago, and how much more I was making. But, you know, at the same time, you know, the best traders are ones who can trade through all markets, bear markets and bull markets, and still find themselves generally profitable. You'll make more in certain markets and you'll make less in others, and I'm making a bit less right now, but I'm keeping my head above water and I'm locking up green months, generally green weeks, and so I feel pretty good about that. And right now, some of these breaking news trades early in the day have been paying pretty well. And then, you know, I've been missing afternoon momentum. I just haven't been dabbling in it. I just don't feel like it's worth it, partly because it's summer and I'd rather, in a slow market, just do other things. But I just don't usually do as well in the afternoon. So, and then, you know, we've got the overall market right now, which, you know, the fact is, we look at our daily chart and, you know, we are now into this gap with room up to 401. So we've had a nice move here. Yes, we sold off down to 370, and the market's up, you know, not quite 10%. I mean, it's certainly up over 10% off the lows from 362 here up to just under 400. That's over 10%. But you know, of course, we're still, the funny thing there is that you're up 10% off of 362 on the S&P, but you're still down, you know, relative to this move from 480 all the way down to 360. You know, you've still got, we can go up another 10%, and we could be up 30% off the low, but still not be back at the highs, right? Just because of the way that works. If you lose 50%, you've got to make 100% to get back to where you were before. So the market's down, you know, was down a little over 20%, whatever it was, you know, from 480, 20%, let's see, so, you know, 450, so back down to 380, a little over 20%, coming back up a bit here. So will be interesting to see what happens. We've had a couple of earnings that have been good enough that they haven't tanked the market, which is good. Tesla doing really well here, coming back up. So they had earnings that came out, which the market has received well. Of course, it is under its 200 moving average, but a very nice reversal right there. So that's good to see. Netflix had earnings earlier this week. It's coming back up a little bit, not quite as much, but a little bit. And we've had some banks, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. There's a bunch of banks reporting. So yeah, right now it feels like we're having a little bit of a bear market rally, a little bit of reprieve from this hard sell-off that we were experiencing here in early June. But I don't know, you know, where we're going to find ourselves. So, you know, in the next few weeks, I suppose on a bullish case would be that it certainly would be nice to see some consolidation under the 200 moving average. But we're still on the S&P, you know, we're still a decent ways away from that level. But we've got this gap here from 401, or it's a window from 401 to about 411. I think that we need some good data points. Jobless claims were out today. Market's not super worried about those. So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping that we can have a strong end to the year. That's still kind of my optimistic hope that, you know, it's only July right now, but that gives us a couple more months to be consolidating under the 200 moving average before hopefully we get some data points that help send the market back higher. And then that'll bring, that rising tide will bring the small cap stocks with it. Generally speaking, that's what's happened. So that's what I'm hopeful for. But in the meantime, trying to, you know, keep my head down, hit my base hits, lock up green days. 2,000 a day is, you know, that's pretty good. So good opportunity to remind everyone that trading is risky. My results are not typical. and there is no guarantee you'll find success. So make sure you take it slow. But if you want to learn more, make sure you join us. Tune in first thing tomorrow morning for the morning show, and then 12 noon tomorrow for a special live class on YouTube on trading breaking news. All right, so I'll see you guys then. And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.